What's happening, YouTube? Cowboy here, and even though we are balls deep in Bloodborne content, I'm still going to make a little bit of time to bring you guys another Heroes of the Storm strategy showcase to knock out the last hero that is currently available, and that is the Lost Vikings. Now, the Lost Vikings are a melee specialist and hands down the most difficult character to play in the current meta of the game. That being said, they are quite possibly the highest rewarding hero in the game, and what I mean by that is a properly played Vikings gets you an absolute ton of team experience. On top of that, late game, they are extremely effective in team fights. They're great at pushing, they're great at taking merc camps. There's really nothing the Vikings can't do. So to take a look at the hero info, there's basically a special trait with each Viking. First off, we have Olaf, the big guy right here. And Olaf is your tanky Viking. He has a lot of health. On top of that, after he's out of combat for 4 seconds, his health rapidly regenerates. And lastly, on an 8-second internal cooldown, he can charge and slow enemies. Moving on from there, we have Balog. And Balog is your DPS Viking. He deals splash damage to all enemies behind his target, so it is important with your positioning with Balog, because if you can position him right, you can effectively hit almost an entire lane of creeps with his splash attacks as he throws out all these little swords. On to our last guy here, we have Eric, the little fiery red bearded dude right here. And Eric is your speedy Viking. He's extremely fast, and on top of that, he's a ranged attack. Early on, he's great for harassment, and late game, he's great for chasing down those runners and securing kills. Lastly, we have our passive ability, Fast Restart. Relatively simple. Vikings' death times are reduced by 25%, which is great because early on it is kind of difficult to micro all the Vikings, so they do end up dying, but that definitely helps to mitigate that, and of course their deaths aren't worth as much experience as a normal hero's death is. As for our heroic abilities here, we have two choices, only one of which I will ever take. The first choice being Play Again. All Vikings are revived and teleported to the Summoning Viking. And Play Again sounds really cool in theory, but fact of the matter is, you already have 25% reduction on when you die. On top of that, you have an escape mechanism, you have a shield, you're able to use the equivalent of your mount in combat to haul ass, and all in all, I feel that Play Again doesn't bring enough worth to the Vikings. Longbow Raid, on the other hand, sure as hell does. Now, this move is awesome. Basically, when you use this, all your Vikings jump into a longbow, it'll auto-fire at enemies, and on top of that, you have a mortar that you can manually fire out, and Longbow Raid is just amazing. It does a ton of damage. I mean, I've had games where I basically put up Longbow Raid and managed to kill 2 people off completely on my own while holding a node, and then pop off the third one as he showed up. So that gives you just an idea of how potent of an ability it is. So either way, let's jump into the match, show you what Vikings is all about. One thing you're going to want to do for sure is over here in your options when you're playing Vikings, go to Controls, Hotkeys, Advanced, and Control Groups. Now definitely make sure to assign some hotkeys to 1 through 4. This is Olaf, this is Balog, this is Eric, and the 4th one is all of your Vikings. And without that, it's going to be a lot harder to control all the Vikings, so I can't stress enough how important it is to set up hotkeys ahead of time so you can tab between them. And the main reason we're going to be doing this is because of the fact that, you know, the Lost Vikings can all be microed separately. Especially in the early game, we can split them up. So on tri-maps or tri-lane maps, we can effectively send Olaf to 1 lane, Balog to 1 lane, and Eric to 1 lane, and effectively we are soaking triple the experience of any other hero, which is insane. Because especially in the early game, this can very easily lead to a massive XP advantage. So as long as you know how to do it, you know, you micro relatively effectively, even if they die every now and then, if you can do a little bit of micro, it pays off extremely well for you. So the Haunted Mines, not a bad map for the Vikings. Even though we can't do a tri-lane micro, we can still do a 1-2 split, and on top of that, they are extremely efficient at collecting skulls, so this should be a good game. Let's get in there and show you what the Vikings are all about. So while we're loading up, one of the things I really like to do is, as you all know, anytime you press the space bar, it will focus on the hero you have selected, and you can use that to your advantage with the Vikings, and this is especially important early on because they're going to split them. But basically what we do is, roughly for like the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, I'll basically just hold the space bar down, and while I'm holding it, anytime I press 1, 2, or 3, the camera will automatically pan over to that specific Viking, and that definitely helps a lot in your micromanagement, since you know you don't have to try and manually move the camera around to each of them. It's just going to auto move to each Viking for you. We got a pretty good lineup here too. We got Arthas and a Thrall. That's good.
Get ready for combat, heroes.
So first up, Viking Horde, pretty much hands down. Viking Horde is a great ability because especially because of the fact that we're going to split lanes. This is, you know, your regen. Each time one of the Vikings picks up an orb, it is a 0.5 regen increase for all of the Vikings. So especially on in the early game, especially on 3-lane maps at that, if you can effectively manage to pick up a regen orb in each lane every time one shows up, that ends up really, really adding up for you to a huge amount. So right now I'm holding the spacebar. As you can see, depending on hitting 1, 2, or 3, each of my Vikings camera pans over to them. If it ever falls off, you know, just make sure you hit it again and you'll get right back on where you needed to go. So it is a little bit tricky early on to manage all of your Vikings like this, but see, Olaf is great because Olaf you can put in a lane. I can back him out of that lane, and you can see he's already starting to heal back up. No, I want that regen. So this first mines, I might actually continue to split push. We'll see. Really got to get to level 4 before we're going to be especially effective down in the mines. So, spin to win for our first talent. Pretty much instead of having abilities, the Vikings have to pick up their abilities via talents. So that is very important to note because it's, you know, really going to change the way how you play them in comparison to other characters. You know, at the same time, you can decide to just take abilities. You can see the first talent here. You know, we could give it so that Eric has a knockback attack, or that he destroys structure ammo, which is actually pretty nice. Or the, of course, Balog's attacks give him healing, but all in all, you're going to be a lot better off picking up your abilities early on, and especially moving into the late game, those are going to help you scale a lot better than you would otherwise. So move him back. You can't outrun me. I'm Eric the Great, bitch. Olaf died. Olaf probably pushed too far up on the tower. We got a lot of skulls, though. You can see, grabbing all the regens, we are already up to 11, giving us 6.5 extra regen. Pretty significant early on right now in the game, so it's definitely helping us out quite a bit. And we're just going to keep pushing with these two. He's doing good. Next up, we grab Jump. Now, Mercenary Lord is a decent choice because of the fact that you can clear out mercenaries extremely fast with the Vikings. But all in all, I feel that it's going to be outmatched by Jump, just because Jump, you know, increasing your attack speed's nice, and healing yourself while running is all right for Eric. But at the end of the day, getting Jump gives you an amazing, amazing escape tool. That's ultimately what we want. You want to focus there. And bring you up. So at this point, you can already see, looking at the XP graph, you can see 9,000 experience contributed from the Vikings by doing the split, having one go down into the mines while the other two push lanes. I mean, that's absurd, you know? Right now, that's 3 people on our team to make up the kind of experience we're doing. And even though they basically beat us out on the mines, we still have a full level on them, which is pretty significant. So at this point, now that I have jump and spin to win, I'm going to start grouping up my Vikings. Honestly, you can really do it as early as getting spin to win on all of them, because that's what's going to allow you to really get in and do some good damage. But having both spin to win and jump will help a lot, because then you can get in, do your damage, and on top of that, you have a nice escape mechanism. So spin to win, really a great ability. Basically, each Viking deals damage, 140 right now, and this scales quite a bit as you build up later into the game. So it's definitely nothing to scoff at. So we're going to pull off Balog, have him focus on the split here. You can see he's able to take care of that relatively easy. Have Eric run pick up the orb. I'm actually going to might send Eric up here to help them push. I'm going to get Balog to start pushing this lane. With you out, that's about dead. Let Balog tank. Try and distract here for retired. That worked. Now we're going to bring him back down here. Actually, we're going to... Yeah, we'll get him down there. So, longboat raid, time to go. Pop up Z, and it's time to start grabbing some merc camps here. Need my Vikings. Need my Vikings. Longboat time! Yeah, it's fucking annoying. It's really fucking annoying to deal with. You're just like, ah, this fucking boat! I can't stop this fucking boat! So another big thing here is your go, go, go ability. Basically gives you 40% increased movement speed. Very important to mention that you could use that in combat, which is huge, because that effectively lets you, you know, just haul ass when the Vikings would die. And on top of that, if you pick up jump, getting that vulnerability for another 1.5 seconds helps you to avoid key bursts of damage here. So already doing tons of siege damage, huge XP contribution. And I mean, you can really see how the Vikings becomes such an incredibly powerful tool to have on your team when played correctly. So for our camps, I like to send Olaf up. Then I get Balog to get the split, and we'll spin to win on the first guy for now. Remember to always take advantage over the fact that you have that splash damage on Balog. You know, always trying to hit as many guys as possible with it. So I could grab the other siege camp, but I think I'm going to get in position for mines. Yeah, the Vikings can do a really good job cleaning up the skulls. Spin to win will really clear through golems quick. So we're going to go, we're going to haul ass on getting these skulls. For our next talent, Impatience is a Virtue. This is the equivalent of battle momentum with your Vikings. Basically, each time a Viking does a basic attack, it's going to lower all the cooldowns on your abilities. And if you're doing a Vikings build where you take the abilities pretty much, you know, hands down, there's no reason not to take this. On top of that, I mean, your other choices, you know, Olaf burns or increased movement speed when injured. Both things I don't think really need. You know, we have go, 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 and on top of that, we have jump, so I'm not really worried about getting out of a bad situation when we're damaged. Alright, so we're gonna... You wanna go, Tygus? You wanna go, Tygus? Get out of here. You're not gonna beat the longboat, Tygus. Run, 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 run! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him off that mount! Get him, little Vikings! Get him! Where do you think you're going, buddy? think you were underestimating me there, ETC. I mean, if you're in the mood to die, I can certainly arrange that. Better get the fuck back. '72 golem, very nice. On top of that, we're counter-sieging their golem lane right now. So the Vikings are tearing things up. Well, you guys don't want to fight me, I'll crap all over the tower, that's fine. You think your turrets can beat me, Kaz? Because I sure as hell don't. You got 3 people to attack, turrets don't mean much. Gonna grab these guys real quick. We're looking at 83,000 siege damage, 20,000 XP contribution. Like, it really is absurd just how powerful Vikings are, especially with the split push like we're doing now. You know, having like the first wave, how we have 1 guy go in the mines and then 2 more still just sitting in lane soaking XP. That's absurd. So for our next talent, of course, Norse Force. Get the final ability. This gives you a shield that increases depending on how many Vikings you have alive. An incredibly powerful ability, especially when it's in the right hands. You know, being able to get that shield is fucking huge. Where are you going? The Vikings are coming. See, look at that. How obnoxious is that? They're just like, oh my god, please fuck off. We don't want to fight this. Now we're gonna sprint after him. Boom! I'll lose Eric to kill her. Jump out! Oh! Barely got Balog out of there in time. So Balog's gonna go there. We're gonna take Olaf and go here. Balog we're gonna send back. And we'll have Olaf sit here and soak XP. While picking us up probes. So I'm gonna wait on Balog. Oh, Balog is... Oh, Balog. Oh, Balog, why did you not go back? Thought I Hearthstoned him. But you can see we have nice little bars down here for the Vikings, so relatively easy to keep track of what's going on with them. I just kind of derped that one out there. So we're going to head down here, grab this camp, and then we'll grab the Bruiser camp immediately afterwards.
Death stirs within the mines. Shall we breathe the dark?
Oh man, big old fight going down. Where are you going, Tyrande? Come back! Come back! I just want to play! You too, buddy! This is ours. Boom! What's up, bitch? Get down! Vikings ain't nothing to fuck with. So while they're all dead, I'm gonna get down into the mines. 1, 2, 3. And I have pretty much free reign to pick up skulls at this point. Now, of course, you could split your Vikings up to get skulls. I like keeping them grouped up because of the fact that I can use spin to win to clear out camps basically instantly. I think that that's more than enough to, you know, if you're going to do anything, I would suggest maybe splitting Balog off. If you picked up the Burning Olaf, you could split him off as well. But, you know, Eric, being as he's more of a squishy, you know, he's definitely hands down your squishy Viking. So sending Eric off to try and clear a camp on his own might be a little iffy. You know, it might work, but, you know, I haven't tried it myself. He's, you know, he's my little Eric. I don't want to send him off on a suicide mission all by himself. Oh, Strike. Strike is going to escape, thankfully. Oh, and Strike's going to clean house there. Let's get out of that. And we'll get the big guy, 95 skull. Oh, hey, buddy. And it's go time. Where you going, Tychus? Get the fuck out of here. And we are topping Hero Siege and XP contribution at this point. Vikings taking it home, baby. Can't solo this. Well, maybe I can. Maybe I can solo this. Oh shit, wrong way. You can do it, Olaf. Why? Oh no, he's not attacking. He's gonna die. Let him get his regen up. Oh, oh shit. No, no, get it, get it, get it. Get the regen. Save him. Oh. Ooh. Not my best micro, but it was enough. So we're going to hearth these puppies out of here. Get them all back to base. Top them off just for good measure. Still doing a doozy. 21 kills. 0.5 death. That means only 2 Vikings have died this entire game. It's probably one of my better Viking games. But yeah, I really got to say, you know, looking at this here, I was like, you know, initially I had a lot of, I don't know, I had reservations about playing him, you know. I was like, fuck, man, I'm going to have to deal with all the micro and bullshit. It's just like Meepo. It's going to be such a pain in the ass. And I picked him up, and I was just like, wow, this is fucking awesome. Up we go. So, of course, for level 20, Raynor rock and roll and increase your combat prowess, and this is amazing in the longbow. Now your longbow attacks 2 targets instead of 1, and then on top of that, of course, your mortar range is effectively doubled. So, in short, your longbow is now just fucking dirty. Like, you pop that, and teams just cry in agony as you molest them into the ground, which is what's about to happen right now up here. So they think they're doing something. Here comes Eric. Here comes Eric. Oh, oh, double kill, double kill. Oh! Vikings don't care. Vikings got Norse force. Get that shield up. And that is a GG right there. So 142,000 siege damage, 37,000 hero damage, and almost 40,000 XP contributed. That's the Lost Vikings, ladies and gentlemen. They are fucking brutal. So either way, thank you for tuning in. I especially appreciate all the viewership because I know we're in the middle of Bloodborne, and you know, I'm really excited to play Bloodborne. Of course, right now it's actually Sunday while I'm recording this, so Bloodborne isn't out. Otherwise, I'd probably be on there. But, you know, regardless, I do appreciate all the support on this series. I will continue to play Heroes of the Storm, even with Bloodborne out. I know Sylvanas is going to get released this week sometime, actually, supposedly, based on an announcement. So when she does, I will definitely begin picking up the gold to get her unlocked and, you know, learn her and level her up and play with her. So either way, thank you very much again for tuning in, guys, and we will see you next time with another Heroes of the Storm strategy showcase.